Hi guys, I'm Crystal Williams with Lemon Seed Marketing, and I'm really excited to tell you all about the world of marketing and how you could be a part of that industry and really get to be a part of something really creative and fun. So first of all, a little bit about myself. I graduated from Stephen F. Austin with a degree in communications and went to work for some local companies doing a lot of just different strategies and different things of advertising, some public relations where I would do some press releases and things like that. I did some pricing and some customer relationship things. But as I got older and learned more and more and worked more and more in the industry, in 2014, I went to work for my family's heating and air conditioning business, doing their marketing. And then as I really familiarized myself with the heating and air conditioning / service industry, I started doing full-time marketing services for service companies all over the United States. And so Lemon Seed Marketing came about in 2020, I guess 2020, in the great crazy year that was. But we are a full service marketing company that specializes in the trades. So heating and air conditioning, plumbers, and things like that that require skilled tradesmen to be able to make those companies pump and work. And so we just kind of got really excited and started doing all of this marketing for all of these companies. And so marketing is really such a broad word, but it really means bringing business to companies, however you make that happen, right? So a lot of times people say, oh, I do marketing, but maybe they do websites, or maybe they do mass media like radio and television and things like that, or billboards that you see up, or pieces of mail that you get, right? So marketing can be such a broad term, but at Lemon Seed, we specialize in people's holistic strategy on how they are going to bring in new customers and sustain the customers that they already have, kind of as in their software, right? People that have already used them, how do we get them to use us again? And then new people, how do we capture those people when they are ready to actually purchase a heating and air conditioning system or a plumbing repair, right? So the strategy part is the most fun part to me. I really enjoy thinking all the way around. So what is our radio going to be like? And what is our social media going to be like? What's our direct mail? What is our newspaper? All those different tactics. How do we tie them all together and make them awesome and make them consistent and make people call our phone number, right? That's all we're wanting to do, is make people use the companies that we're marketing for. And so we strategize for people. We create campaigns. So let's say one of my contractors wants to give away a free water heater to a needy family, right? We create that into a big campaign. We talk about where we are going to promote it. So are we going to be live on the radio? Are we going to go live on Instagram? Are we going to send out a piece of mail about it? How are we going to do it? And so we create all of those fun things. There's lots of different tactics that are inside of marketing. Like let's talk about design, right? Graphic design. That requires its own skill set, right? You have to be creative. You have to have an eye for what looks good, what prints well. And then especially with Lemon Seed, to do graphic design, sometimes you may be designing for a billboard that's humongous and out by the road. And then the next time you may be designing this little graphic for social media. Then the next time you're designing somebody's new uniforms that they're going to be wearing for work, right? So you have to be really talented on different levels, and you really have to be able to keep people's brands, like their colors and things like that, consistent. And so graphic design is something right now I can promise you is super needed, because we love to find talented designers, and you just have to get started. So graphic design is a huge part of Lemon Seed because it just really helps us keep our customers on brand, meaning if they're orange today, tomorrow they're also going to be the same color orange, right? We don't want to be all different colors. And if we're going to use one font over here, we want to make sure we use that font all throughout their same pieces, right? So that's a simple way to look at it, but that's pretty much what we do. But it's super important to keep us on brand and targeted. And then of course we've got the direct mail, like I've talked about. That's where we decide who is going to get mail. And it sounds old school, right? Like who cares about mail? But it still works really well when your target market is an older demographic, especially like an older market. Sometimes it really works well to have direct mail pieces that come in their mailbox. I know it's a little different. Mass media, like, do you love thinking like all behind about radio and like a jingle and like a new commercial, or making a new commercial, all kinds of cool, fun stuff like that. So we get to come up with their slogans, like "We're not comfortable till you are." We come up with mascots like Sailor Mac, and we have a Bigfoot that's with one of our clients, a sunshine. So lots of different cool stuff. And so we also make sure that we have branding for everybody. That's the biggest thing, because who you are as a company really depends on who you are to the clients and who you are to your employees and all of that. So it's really important that we really make sure that people, if you want to be known as the fun company and we have fun graphics and things like that, then we really try to make sure that that's how we carry everything through. So some of the characteristics that would really make a great person for marketing and all those different facets, I think the number one thing, guys, is if you have a creative mind, meaning you think outside the box, you maybe analyze things. You're the one that's always like, oh, this would be a cool idea, or this would be a cool idea. You recognize fun things that are going on. A lot of times you are going to be the perfect person for marketing. Another thing is, I wrote this down, and so sometimes you may be considered this, which right now in school, you may be like, oh, I get points off for that. But talkative. If you can talk it up, that's what marketing is a lot about. Just spreading the word, talking, being conversational, just with potential customers and with your own clients as you start working through marketing. I think you need to be organized and structured. Solution driven, meaning your customers are coming to you with a problem, right? They need more business. So we have to be able to think about ways we can drive business, okay? The other thing is maybe well spoken. So encouraging yourself in like speech classes and things like that to really learn how you can speak out and speak well to your clients and to the public and things like that. And just making sure that you're able to feel confident in yourself. And confidence comes with exposure. So the longer you do it, the more confident you'll get. So two of the other things that I wanted to mention real quick is back with what we do for our customers. One of the most important things we do is track the success of campaigns. Okay. So when we launch campaigns, we have cool ways to keep up with how they are working, like tracking numbers. So if we send out a direct mail piece, which again, just a piece of mail that we have said who we want it to go to, and we put a specific phone number, that way we know how many people called that phone number. And the only place that phone number would be listed is on that postcard, right? And we're able to go, oh, we sent a postcard and 50 people called that number and took advantage of the promotion. So then we're able to see if those are working or not. And so that's a fun part of our job. It's fun in the sense of, you know, when you hit a home run, but you also know when you like struck out, right? But hey, at least we know we won't make the same mistakes again. And we try to overcome and adapt those things. We test things to see what works and things like that. The other thing we do is train. We train ourselves on how to keep up with the latest trends. So like social media is a big part of marketing right now, right? So Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, Pinterest, YouTube, Google My Business, TikTok, Snapchat, right? We could just go on and on and on about all these places to be for social media. Well, guess what? Guess who has to keep up with those trends and how to bring them to your clients? We do, right? The marketers. And so we've got to figure out which of those platforms are we needing to be a part of, depending on our brand, depending on our ideal demographic. So there's just lots to go on there, but we have to train on those things. And then we turn around and train our clients on ways to track their campaigns that are being successful. We train them on how to create better content for their social media platforms. I mean, guys, it is a lot, right? But a lot of it is just being creative, thinking outside the box, and getting to know your customers so that you can create plans for them. So lots of fun. I encourage you to look for degrees in business administration, public speaking, communication, hospitality, design, graphic design. If I can just encourage y'all to go through extensive programs for that would be helpful. And anything that has to do with building businesses and marketing and advertising, public relations. But again, if you are all about talking to people and you love the engagement and the science behind marketing and who's buying and who's calling and all that cool stuff, marketing is a great avenue for you. Hey, and you never know, you could be working with us at Lemon Seed, right? All right, guys, good luck.